Okay, so some of you may have seen my video on first person mod. In that video, I talked about how I wish I could make some changes, like being able to angle the camera or toggle the foreground. So I dug into it and started making some changes of my own, and this is what I have now. I'll flash the controls on the screen now, and I'll also put them down in the description. So first off, as you can see, I have in the bottom corner the foreground, which you can toggle by pressing C. So you get the small camera, no camera, or the full foreground. So we've got F for first person, obviously this is first person. We've got T for third person. H for hammer, which the hammer, or the camera follows the hammer, which is interesting. P is for player target, so it changes the camera target to from the, there's kind of like a path in the game where the camera follows, and as you can see the camera is following the character but not following him going back and forth. So if you press P, it changes the target to him, and now the camera, you can see, goes back and forth with him. You can switch back and forth between those two, whatever one feels better. I also found it was pretty fun just to mess around with different camera angles. So you can use WASD to move your camera up, down, left, and right, and it'll stay attached to the player, so it still follows them, but you can move it wherever you want. And Q and E goes forwards and backwards. If you hold shift, it'll move fast. You can move it quicker, and then you just tap to fine-tune it. To rotate the camera, you can use the arrow keys, so you can get some interesting camera angles like this. One of the features I added for first person was the rotation for the camera, initially just so you could look up and down depending on where you are. So you can look up and see where you're headed. Another feature I added for that works in first and third person is you can press Z or Z to flip the camera 180, so it will show either in front of you or behind you, which is nice to be able to switch back and forth, left and right, see where you're going. Keys 1 through 5 are some preset camera angles. I got this one from the front, just like angled. It's kind of interesting. 2 is directly behind the player, so the opposite of normal. Try playing that with your foreground cam off. I dare you. We also got this one. But yeah, you can set up the camera wherever you want. You want to put it above his head, aim it down, there you go. Now the other thing you can do with this, that comes along with being able to move the camera wherever you want, is you can just explore freely. If you, like I said, if you hold shift, it moves quickly, so you can just zip around wherever you want. Now the controls get really fucking wonky, but yeah, it's basically a full exploration camera. You get full freedom to explore the world in 3D. Go wherever you want. Find some interesting things. Wow. One thing I found pretty cool is that when you zoom out and play space, you can see all the asteroids coming up, so it could be pretty good to practice your space on if you're not good at the route yet. Kind of see where they are, where you have to go. Yeah, this spot will hurt your brain a little bit. Actually takes a 90-degree turn.